Questions?
Peace, this is Rich.
Yes, Rich.
My question involves the value of reading our Holy Scripture in our culture, which would be the Bible.
The value of reading the Bible.
And let me just say, after reading your books, it becomes more challenging in the sense that I have no sense of certainty anymore who the good guys were, or who the bad guys were, or what might be true or what might be false. And so I was just wondering if you could comment on the Bible and its usefulness as a study guide.
All right. The Bible, in certain terms, is a compilation of stories that in modern times have been extraordinarily edited. It is called the Good Book, meaning that in some way these parables, these historical, quote, realities that have been embedded convey the presence of powerful beings on your planet, not just one God. What you have experienced at this point in your life is a new way of looking at the old good book. Do you follow? People can read the Bible and believe it. And every person who reads the Bible sees something else in it. Just as people who read our books, not to compare our bull to that bull, but we are from the bull. And if you got that little twist of turn there, Mysterylanders are laughing. But even in our own books, people have said, every time I read it, I see it in a different light. The Bible can be read in the same way. As a true believer, whatever you believe in, if you are the Judaic faith or Islam or Christian or any of the branches of Christian, Protestant, Catholic, each one is going to see something different. Once you get exposed to a cosmic perspective, let us say, and you read things about opening your mind and multidimensional and cosmic visitors, the Bible can be even more interesting because you begin to see that, I thought it meant this, but now based on what I know, maybe it means this. So in some terms it is a book of magic that has many layers of stories. And we are not just talking codes and things of this nature, and they are them. We are speaking more in terms of the levels at which it can be read. It can be read as a primer, like a first or second grade book. Just one word next to another word. But the more you read about it in terms of events, descriptions of events, the more it will unfold. Are you drawn to the biblical areas on the timeline chart?
I am.
That would be the beginning till about 100 AD. That is the Old Testament.
Right.
Now, here it looks as if it is about, 4,000 and a half years, yes?
Right.
Rich, in some terms, the Bible is the story of Atlantis. How does that feel in your body?
It's a very interesting idea.
Remember, our vehicle said you announce this at one end of the room, and by the time it passes down through time, it sounds like something completely different, yes?
Right.
And there is the ability or the shift in the human mind to be in a different reality and have a different interpretation of things. For example, years ago, stars were stars. Today, when you talk about stars, you could be talking about someone from Hollywood. Do you understand? So there are layers of truth in the Bible, many. And the other thing to remember about the Bible as your mind becomes more curious are all the books that did not qualify to be in the Bible, that are called the Apocrypha, the Pseudepigrapha, the books of Enoch, and these are all considered to be legitimate stories of what you call prehistory, and yet they were void from the official version of the Bible. And this you must ask why. In the same way people apply for Freedom of Information Act today. Why do you hold things out from the public and just give us so much? Why were those books not put in for the masses to see? Why? Because they contradict realities to such an extreme. And they talk about things that are, let's say, do not fit in the little container of reality that humanity collectively chose to explore. We would say, read it with new eyes if you are so inclined, or perhaps you might want to read someone's analysis of the Bible that sees it in another light, and that might give you a real charge. You follow?
Yes.
Ooh, there's some good author out there. Ask Our Vehicle, she'll tell you. That fellow from Australia takes all the biblical stuff and does some good things with it. What's his name there, George? Do you recall?
We've got several of his books here.
What's his name? Anyways, show it to Rich afterwards. That'll give him a wowie wow wow. That's what you need, is to realize that everyone sees things in a different light. Questions, please.